I'm delighted to be joined by two-weight world champion Lawrence Okolie. You've got chaos in the ring this weekend against Ebenezer Tetteh, and I think this is an interesting matchup because Tetteh had a really tough fight with Dillian Whyte. He wobbled him, so is this a massive opportunity to get one over in Tetteh and claim the bragging rights over Dillian Whyte?
I think my career, when it's all said and done, will be enough bragging rights over Dylan White for me personally. But for me, it's just about going in there and just doing my job like a professional. I'm not really caught up on anyone or anything else. These are very different circumstances to both of those fights, so I have to approach it differently.
100%. And Africa has produced so many amazing boxers. It's been slightly deprived of massive fight nights. How happy are you to go out to Nigeria and deliver a big fight night?
I think it's great. I think it's the first of many. I think there's some really, really big fights that are gonna come here. I think this is just, as I said, dipping the toe in the water. But with the likes of myself and Moses Itauma, who's also Nigerian or half Nigerian, half Slovakian, being ordered to fight each other, I think why not, without overlooking this one this weekend, why can't that fight be in Nigeria? Or why shouldn't it be?
There's going to be massive fight nights coming to Africa. You mentioned Itauma there. There's other big guys, obviously Dillian Whyte, Agit Kabayel, another person you're potentially linked with. What do you make of Agit Kabayel, that potential fight?
It's one that I want. Obviously, I've been mandated, or I'm in the final eliminated position. So whoever it ends up being, if it's Moses, if it's Agit, if it's like whoever, do you know what I mean? As I've always said, I'm on a run to become a freeweight world champion. So whatever the route is, there is the route there. I think um, I think I'm gonna have to box Agit for the world title one way or another, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to it.
And obviously, the future is very bright for you. There's so many people that you're going to be fighting, but you're not the only person in a big fight this weekend. We've obviously got Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. You've been out sparring with Jake Paul. How's that gone?
It's gone good. Like it's gone like how sparring goes. Some days really good, some days not so good. But every day we're going. Every day we're going.
100%. And based off those sparring sessions, how do you think this fight's going to go down between Jake and Anthony?
Really depends on if Jake can do what he's been doing in the gym. If he can, then it's an interesting fight. It's going to be exciting. It's going to have lots of acting and shock people because I was shocked with the sparring myself. So if he's able to deliver the same kind of energy on fight night, it'll be exciting.
100%. And obviously, you've done loads of rounds with Anthony Joshua over the years. Can you recall your first sparring session with Anthony Joshua? Because I believe he was very complimentary to you afterwards.
For me, it was exciting. He was about to box up on the Groves versus Foxbill, whatever, and he was already Olympic gold medalist and knocking everyone out of the pro. And then he sparred like three cruiserweights on a day. And I thought, why is he sparring three cruiserweights the week before? He must be trying to knock us out to get confidence before the fight. So I went in extra G'd up, and it was a good spar. Obviously, I've always been naturally, you know, good at fighting, so it was good.
Before you turned over into the professional world, obviously you were working at McDonald's, and that's a massive part of your story. I know that you were watching Anthony Joshua during a lunch break. Can you tell me about that day? Because I know there was a big kickoff with your boss, and that's ultimately what led to you going down this path and ultimately becoming a two-weight world champion.
But definitely, I think like I said on that day, a lot of things in my life have just fallen into place. Obviously, I have to be in position to take advantage of them. But that one, for example, I couldn't have dreamt of having a break on that particular day at that particular time, watching AJ win the gold medal and watching Usain Bolt win the gold medal as well. But watching both of those two athletes kind of do their thing really, really inspired me and set me off on my own journey. And thought, if Usain Bolt, with all the pressure that he got from 2008 Olympics, and he do it again, is he still the fastest? Is he still the best? And him going in and doing it, it just set me off. I'm watching AJ, who's someone who that I'd never met him at the time, but I'd seen him like from the amateur circuit, like, oh, there's this big black guy. There's this big black guy knocking everyone out. He's so and then watching someone who's from an area not too dissimilar to mine, with a story not too dissimilar to mine, who looks not too dissimilar to me doing that, I thought, why can't I?
100%. You've had such an amazing journey, Lawrence, leading all the way to this big fight night in Nigeria. But can you tell me, out of everything you've done in your career, what do you think is the craziest story or memory you have from your boxing career?
I think maybe qualifying for the Olympics was probably it for me in terms of like I was literally in Hackney, wanting to be a boxer, wanting to go to Olympics in like September, October 2015, with not one flight that I ever got to box internationally, not one. I'd never basically boxed for G. I never. There's no reason why I should go to Olympics. And then so within 8 or 9 months, being on the plane to Rio, winning the European gold and whatever else, that was probably the most bizarre part of boxing for me. Where it's like, and then everything that's come after that has kind of been like, okay, you know, grudge matches, British, Commonwealth, European, World. As soon as I qualified for Olympics, I knew that I was good enough to become a world champion. It was just in me.